the way we get anything started or going in our lives always really comes down to systems. And I woke up thinking about this because so often when we're looking to start something, we're just trying to skip the part where we suck at it. We're trying to skip the part where things are hard and challenging. And I just woke up thinking about how important systems really are. I'm still in my pajamas. I probably smell bad. I had to strike when the iron is hot. And that's one of my systems, is doing it before I can start overthinking about it. And that's just one of those things that I know about myself. It's one of those things that I've really had to face and understand that I have to work with what I've got, not against it. So one of my systems is to just try to just dive in before I think too much about it. And then I can figure out what I need to learn from that experience. So whether it panned out, what about it made it work? If it didn't work, what about it didn't work? It's taking that time in that beginning phase where all the learning and all the growth happens, and that's when things really start to change. That's when you can fine tune everything, allowing yourself, well, I kind of think of it as like a prep phase. I think of it as giving yourself this space and this time to work out the kinks, to get started, and to not worry so much about the outcome right now. Because things are going to happen, the needle's gonna move as you keep going, as you keep learning and growing and figuring out how to make all these things work. And like real life example I think of is, fitness or creativity, or maybe you're looking to start a new career or start a new job and you're taking those steps to figure that out. But what can happen is sometimes our nervous system, our brains want to fight us on it because it's something new and it's something different. And so part of creating these systems, part of getting going, is also reminding yourself that it's okay to suck right now. It's okay to figure out what you need to do right now in order to get to where you want to go. Using it's the fitness analogy, but it's gonna bleed out into other circumstances, right? After the accident, and I was trying to, regain my strength and relearn how to walk and do all of those things, the outcome was very, very daunting. And what I needed to do was to make it simpler for myself, make it easier to approach, and just be okay with the fact that my body was going to take some time to adjust. Mentally, I had to really, reevaluate myself in a lot of ways. I went to therapy and I did all of these things to get myself in a good space, physically and mentally, to keep going. And I think that when we're talking about systems and we're talking about not burning out, thinking of it more as a prep phase. If you're starting something, then it's just the prep phase. Your mind starts fighting you on it, it's just a prep phase. We're just figuring it out, we're playing with it. We're just seeing what will happen if we keep trying. I love the idea of a prep phase. And from there, you can try out different systems, you can try out different techniques, you can try out different schedules, you can try all of these things out while telling yourself that it's fine. We're just figuring it out. We're just playing around. Nothing is set in stone, and nothing is going to be perfect here. We're just doing it messy. And by doing that, by reimagining what things can look like, finding different pockets of time, finding different ways to juggle things around to make things work, those types of systems were more valuable than anything else. And I wouldn't have been able to do it if I was stuck in inaction because I was just too overwhelmed to try, or thinking of it in too perfectionist thoughts. That's where it gets really hung up. So I think systems are important not just in the action, but they're also important in the mindset. So allow yourself a little bit of space when you're beginning. And if you've been going for a while and things aren't really working anymore and you need to mix it up, or you're starting to learn more and more and it's just becoming more overwhelming and you're not really sure how to proceed, come back to that beginner's mind. Come back to like a new prep phase. You're just doing a prep phase for the next step. So I think about that a lot. And yeah, I'm here in my pajamas. And yeah, I have to do things before overthinking. And that's something that I've learned through trial and error. That's something I've learned through even just actually therapy, honestly. I realized that the way I grew up and, and everything else, it kind of put me in this box of not wanting to ask for help and wanting to take care of other people before myself. I put myself last all the time. And that was kind of a fundamental thing, honestly, that I needed to get past, to break through in order to give myself a little bit of space, in order to give myself a little bit of room to grow and to change and to give myself that space intentionally. So I say all that to say, if you are feeling very stuck and you're in the start-stop cycle and you're scared to take action because things aren't optimal or things are not, you just don't want to suck. You just want things to be just perfect right out of the gate. You want things to just work and you don't want to have to think about it. I get it. And the best way around that, in my opinion, in my experience, has been to take the pressure off. And the prep phase has been, that mindset of a prep phase has been really beneficial. And it's really kept me through and kept me going on a lot of projects that I probably would have thrown the towel on, honestly. So just kind of let it go. You know, the outcome, the goal is there, but that it's probably a lot farther away than just doing the quick thing, you know? And all the things you're going to learn along the way are more important, I think, because that sets you up for way more success down the line. It's just kind of like doing steps in order instead of trying to like jump past, which is really hard when you're really excited and you just want to get going, you want to learn, you want to grow, and you want to do all the things. But you need that beginner part. You need the part where you suck. And burnout can happen so easily, so quickly. And that's gets in the way so much. Whereas just taking this just a little bit slower path, taking a path that is more in line with what you actually want, because you learn that in the trial and error process as well. So if you are battling with things being not optimal, you can watch this video next. I'm gonna go take a shower because I probably don't smell great. And I'll be making more content like this in the future and fine tuning it and all of those things. But sometimes you just wanna wake up and turn on the camera, or you wanna wake up and you just wanna get your workout in your pajamas. Sometimes you just wanna get going and not worry so much about the outcome, because things happen in their own time, and you got this. Take care.